I'm Jim.
We're Heartiness Approach. And today was a Reno kitchen take two.
Oh, yeah. You know, we did a lot of work before, had a lot of help, and we never got to finish it. Certainly not the way we wanted to finish it.
So we've made a video, and you'll be seeing a lot of that. I've talked on it a little bit. And
we're not finished yet.
And I am really, really happy with the things that are going on. And before you see the video, I want you to know that we're really pacing ourselves. Everybody says pace yourselves. And this was my long list of things to do for this week. Only some of them say next week, next week, next week, next week on them. And we've got this much of them done. And we just started. That was a list for today. But
we're still in the mode of, let's go do this. Oh, we need to get that. Okay. And where do we put that?
Which box is that in?
So still a bit of looking.
No, I'm not kidding. Probably that first part of that took us 4 hours, and 2 of it was spent looking for things.
At least 2. But, you know, that's where we are. Things have not been put away, but we still have projects that need to get done.
Meaning we haven't unpacked them and put them away yet.
Right.
Which was the reason we were working on the kitchen.
Right.
Because we don't have a place to put things.
So a lot of my tools are in various boxes depending on where they were and how we packed and how we've shuffled the boxes around. At this point, there's still at least one box of tool-y things that we haven't located.
You think?
There are some very specific tools that I haven't seen yet. So there's a container somewhere.
If you are familiar with Stephen Covey's book where he used to do the 7 habits or 7 something.
Have you read it?
Yeah, many times, but it's been a long time.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
There you go.
Okay.
He says that what we don't do is stop long enough to sharpen our saw. We just keep plugging along and doing stuff. So that's today. We just kept stopping and saying, okay, let's go get stuff. And then we would haul boxes over to the workshop.
We did some saw sharpening today.
we did. That's what I'm saying. We did.
Yeah, so the next time, there are several items. I now know I've actually got them put somewhere in the process of this. Looking for one thing, we found others, and I said, I know I'm going to need this at some point.
And when I find kitchen stuff, we're putting them in a kitchen stack. So that's what I'm saying. We're not feeling any pressure. Oh, we've got to get this done. Even when we stopped and went out there and looked, I was like, okay, maybe we get it done tomorrow. So it's a totally different mindset, which is very healthy, and it feels good. That said, we did get a lot done today.
Yeah, we did.
So we're going to show you some of the videos from today. It's morning, and I have a very long to-do list. Now, I am realistic. There are several things on here to say later, later, later. But today we are, first of all, I'm making one-eyed jacks. And look, we got a little heart-shaped cookie cutter to put on our, to make our one-eyed jacks. And let me just put the eggs in there really quick. I'm actually using my phone because, for a couple of different reasons. Anyway, today we're going to cover this hole. And you can see you can see the countertops are covered with plastic down here. We are putting on a trim that takes, one of our problems was we had too big of a gap here, and we have figured out how to fix that. And so we're putting a little tiny wood trim on that will be stained exactly the same color as the countertop. So yes, I am staining my butcher block top. And we're moving a couple of cupboards around and just gonna have a good day. Jim is done with school for about 10 days. So I have a couple of things on here I need him to do, and then he's going to go work on his own list of things he wants to do, keeping the pressure down. Everything's good. You might ask, why in the world are you doing stuff with your kitchen already? Well, I have discovered that putting up shelves that we had up, first of all, we bought a 2 by 4 by 12 foot piece of pine, and it has warped really bad, really bad. So that was a mistake. It also doesn't leave me enough room to put things. It's great for displaying my beautiful bowls and things like that, but I have not enough cupboards, and I realized that's what we left this poor family with, was not enough cupboards. And so we are putting up some additional cupboards that we had moved somewhere else. We're putting those up until another time. Also, we have to get the countertops sealed before I can actually start working in this kitchen. I have boxes of things that need to come in, but I'm not going to bring them in just to unload them and then load them again and fix this. So that's why we're doing it. We're being very patient, and we are fixing it in that way. And I have, and on this long list, if you could see here, R, a few J's and a couple of S's. Maybe a couple more S's than I said. But I'm not putting pressure on Jim with my honey-do list. I'm making my list, and then he looks at it and goes, okay, I can do this and this and this, and then he's gonna go and do some other stuff. One of the main things he has to do is work on our truck. Bless its little heart, it got here. It got here, and it got over to a town about an hour away to get our stove for us. And then the next day, the radiator went, and we went to hot. It got a big hole in it. Obviously, it had been getting whole, but it got us all the way here. Thank you, blessings. And he needs to remove the radiator, buy a new one, and put it in so that we can have access to hauling, because right now we're having to find ways to get things. That's not a good situation. So that's what he wants to do more than anything else, is get out there and work on his truck.
I mean, take these off so I don't talk too loud.
All right, we were able to take that.
I can explain.
I did. I started. So you're.
Oh, okay. So what did you explain?
That there was a gap and we were going to fix it.
Okay. We've thought about this gap a lot, and it's uneven. The wall is wavy, and there's just...
I know, hard to believe that the wall isn't straight,
Yeah.
huh?
So by using this thin of wood, we're able to have it follow fairly well the waviness of the wall, and it fills in the gap. So what we'll be able to do then is set the backsplash up against the wall, and it comes down on this so it doesn't slide down behind, because this gap in here in some places is big enough that it...
You don't have to yell.
It could fall in.
I know, your headphones have been on for a while.
I'm just making certain that they...
Well, let me explain now. We had to put this on now because this is all, including this, going to be stained and polyurethane, so it's completely waterproof. That is the next step.
Yep. So that is a nice, that adds some cool dimension.
Yeah.
It's a great way to connect the backsplash to the top here, and it looks good. It's something we can do, and we're excited to get this finished up.
I'm getting ready to stain my cupboards, and I'm going to show you what's happened since you were here last. Jim put this cupboard up for me. It was put into the laundry room when we moved, and we had floating shelves like this up. And the floating shelves have bowed. I talked to you about that. And so this floating shelf and this one are staying for now. And then we put this cabinet up, which was a big hole there in the wall. And it just makes it a little more complete. For now, we're not going to tackle anything huge in this kitchen for several months. We're just going to live. But I needed some additional places to put things. So that is what he did for me this morning. And that. And now I'm going to take the counters and I'm going to stain them. So here goes. I have everything that needs to be blocked off with frog tape, and I am making them red oak because that is what my table is that he's making, and that way they will complement the table. Here goes. A little scary. I'm not worried about them getting on the walls because I haven't put the backsplash on yet. So that's kind of fun. If I have any splashes that get onto my yellow, my blue, I have the blue paint. Someone asked me what color my kitchen was. The paint is Valspar from Lowe's, and it is Silver Fox. This cupboard goes this way. We did not do 45-degree angles. I looked to see, and it was just amazing how many professionals just do the squares instead of the 45 angles, and it was so much easier. So that's what we did. We're supposed to go with the grain. Oh my word, look at that. Can you see that? How beautiful that is. Woo! Try not to make any drips because then the drip stays on there longer. And this took me a lot of courage to decide to do this. And I'm like, you know, they're not going to last forever, but I'm trying to make them last as long as I can. Because we're trying to live frugally. And all I have is a tiny, tiny little can. Just a little can. That's all I'm using right now. Oh, and if it drops, man, it is hard to get the ring out. Whew, don't drop drips. And when I'm done with this, I'm opening the windows. Well, the windows, yeah. When I get over to the window, I'm going to open it and leave the house because it stinks. So Jim's out working on the car. And I know we probably have to make another run to Springfield because I am going to get polyurethane to go over this, but I am getting a matte finish because I don't want it to be shiny. So, didn't know they made it, and I found out they do, so that did it for me. I was excited. Okay, that's all you get to see right now. All right, I've got this section done. Look how rich and beautiful it looks. I'm just like, woo! I put it all on there. I did a lot of learning. If you make any unevenness, it stays, and so I had to work really hard. I'm going to do smaller sections than this one. This is where little knot holes are, right in here and here. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. Some areas are darker, some are lighter, so I may go over a little bit more, but anyway, pretty pleased. Okay, I gotta hurry and get out of the kitchen because it stinks, but I just want to show you, I've got the coating on there. There'll be a few touch-ups that I do, but I'm gonna get out and let it dry. And before, you know, it'll be out, won't put on the polyurethane today or for this video, so you won't get to see it today, so you'll have to come back. Anyway, we've already seen this side. Got my kitchen sink with the paper bag in it. I love the way that it looks with the blue. I wasn't sure I was going to. I pulled this one out so I could get it on all sides, but I really, really, really like it. And just so that you know, these and all of my frames that are around my windows and doors are going to be painted white. I'm still picking the color for the wall. It's just going to be something like a either a real light beige or taupe or something like that, just so that my white can pop a little bit, but it's still very neutral. I'm having so much fun in my house.
One more thing, obviously when you do a lot of work outside like we do, your clothes tend to get dirty, and we were to the point of needing to unpack more clothes boxes because we didn't have any more clothes to wear.
He says we either got to go buy clothes or get a washer.
So we started looking, and we had a lot of false starts.
A lot. Sorry.
We're wanting to not spend for new right now. It's just we're trying to make our money stretch, and we know that a used one can do well for us if we choose wisely. So
we also needed a front loader
yes,
because we have a front loader dryer in the barn that we had 2 years ago that's still there, and so they've come in and plumbed for gas because it's a propane. So that's a propane one, so that we'll be able to use it with that.
And another reason why stackable is because we only have a little bit of space, and instead of having them side by side like we've done before, we want to gain that space and by stacking them. And we actually had a cupboard in there that wasn't very used, and so it's out, so we can now stack. And anyway, that's got nothing to do with the fact that we bought a washer. So looking for them, found a couple of different places, and it was really weird. Things we'd find one and start the process of, you know, we'll come and get it, you know, where is it, you know, that kind of stuff. When can we do it? But our truck is broke down. In fact,
which is another story.
The replacement radiator will be here Saturday, so I can get it in.
He took the radiator out today.
Yes. So anyway, we couldn't go get it. We had to get help to go get it. And it was so complicated that 2 different times we were in the process and it just fell apart. And so
this morning I thought, one more time.
Yeah.
Let me just look one more time before we decide to go and pay full price for one. And it was yesterday morning.
It was
right?
yesterday
morning.
Yeah.
And we found a gentleman, and you know, if you want to find a really good deal, unfortunately it's somebody's misfortune. If they've had a death or a divorce or some bad thing happen, and this particular person had some bad thing happen.
We didn't know that at first.
No, we did not.
And the way that he was explaining things, it sounded a little bit flaky.
Yeah.
And anyway, we won't complicate it, but we were going to have some help to go pick it up, but we couldn't do it until today. And so when he found out that, you know, we were interested, but we couldn't come until tomorrow, he said, well, I can deliver it. He's like an hour away.
He's an hour away.
And we said, how much? He said, $20. We're like, what?
He goes, I have a good car that won't do much gas. So we're like, okay. So you guys, he delivers this incredibly beautiful, over $1,000.
Not brand new, but not very old.
Not very old. Samsung front loader. Has a little trap door. You can open it up and put something in that you forgot. It's got a smartphone. I just want to know, what's the matter? Is the clothes gonna walk from the washer to the dryer? No.
All it does is tell you when it's done, but it lets you remotely start it.
Serious?
Yeah.
Why would I need to?
I don't know why. I don't know why. There could be a situation. I can understand cooking food at a particular time, but starting your clothes at a particular time.
Well, maybe it's like, didn't you start it? No, I thought you started it. But if anyway.
Still not sure what that's all about.
Another one of those incredible tender mercies and blessings from the Lord. Because we got this, we were ready to go pay $800 for one, and we got it for $350, and it's beautiful, and we love it. And we got to wash every one of our clothes today, and I hung them on the line because we don't use the dryer. The dryer's not hooked up yet. But I never used a dryer when I was here before, so if I can hang them, I hang them. Anyway, we have clean clothes is the bottom line here.
Yeah. This is a good thing.
It's a good thing. So besides doing a kitchen, we did all the laundry, and he did, he took the radiator out, and he's got a new one ordered. And then he did something else, but we're going to put that in tomorrow's video. So
I'm not quite done. We're going to show the finishing.
Okay. Anyway, it was such a good day. I feel really good. How do you feel?
A lot of progress today. I feel good. I don't feel like we overworked. I'm not like worn out,
no, I'm not
dead
either.
tired. We actually did the siesta thing today.
We did. That's okay.
No, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
I think it's the way I ought to be.
Eat a good meal. Our big meal is our lunch meal. And eat a big meal and then take a little nap.
I didn't intend to take a nap. Apparently I needed one.
That's the best kind. We have these really nice recliners that we brought with us, that were in our RV with us. So anyway, we just...
So progress has been made, and there's still more progress to make, but we are headed in the right direction.
Hope you're enjoying the ride with us. Thanks so much.
And take a look at our next video that's coming out. This is an interesting project that I worked on.
It's not out yet.
It's coming out. the next video.
Probably Tuesday.
Probably Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay, Tuesday. We'll make it by Tuesday.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.